All right, we're still doing Dora's Loft, and I am currently working on the plants as we speak. They're just taking a little longer. So in the meantime, we're going to make this little cat as just kind of a brain break. Now, I'm working with this clay that they provided, and they provide 3 colors, red, white, and blue, basically. And this clay is interesting to work with, to say the least. It's like toothpaste. And it's very sticky when you first start out, and I was a little concerned, and I was just about ready to get my regular clays out, but we worked with this. We can do this. So I just squished it out, literally just like toothpaste. Now I wanted to make this cat like Marsh, my little yellow orange cat, and so I added this yellow dye. This is basically ink from my ink pads from stamping. I figured, oh, it'll work like food dye, right? A little goes a long way. No, it takes a lot. There's probably a better way to do it this way, but and it gets all over your fingers and everything. It makes it really sticky too, but I think we kind of got what we wanted. If there's a better way to dye this kind of clay, this foamy clay, I'll take all suggestions. All right, now we're going to start building. So the way they wanted it done, and I'm going to be jumping all over the place as far as the instructions are concerned, they wanted each piece made separately, and then you kind of glue them all together. I thought I rolled the ball for the head, and then I'm going to roll a ball, oh, see how sticky it is? Ball for the body, and then just kind of pull the legs. And I did try it that way for a while. It didn't work out so well. So this is how I ultimately ended up doing it. So I made the little body, and I'm going to make it about the size that they want, so that we can at least get the correct scale that the project wants you to do. And then I just pulled the little ears out. They wanted you to make little triangles and then glue them on. I just pinched it, made little ears, and then made a little, you know how cats are, the little snout. There we go. Now it's looking like a cat, right? And once I got it kind of to the shape, what I found is using my little sewing needle, and this needle is a tapestry needle, so it doesn't have a pointy end like a sewing needle does. So it seemed to be, this is the side where you put the thread, but the other side is dull, because I use it for my plastic canvas and things like that, where you don't need a poker. If that makes any sense. But it was perfect for sculpting this stuff. And I'm just going to, once I got that done, I'm going to set it aside and let's attempt the body. So I did decide I'm going to pull a little piece off for the tail. I did make it as one, I should show it to you, it's terrible. One solid piece, but it just didn't work. So what I did is I'm going to make the tail separate. It's kind of a chunky little tail, and that's okay. You make it however you want. And then I'm going to make the little feet separate. It seemed to be easier for me. So here's the tail, set it aside. And this stuff does not dry very fast, so you have some time to play. And then I'm going to make each little foot. There's one coming. Now, one thing about this clay is it does not smooth. So, you know, when you work with polymer clay, you can kind of get your fingers wet and then smooth it out. This one, it's not very nice to you. So once you squish it, those little creases are going to stay in there pretty much forever. At least what I found. Here we go. We got the little front feet. I want him in a sitting position. The other one, well, you could totally make it how they wanted you. That's fine. I just had to be different. That's just me being me. But I wanted him sitting down all prim and proper here. It does work out. I kind of divided this amongst, 4 legs, a body, and then the tail. So I'm splitting it all up, trying to make, how they have the little haunches in the back and then a little foot. Hey, it's artistic freedom. Not too shabby. And I'm going to use my little needle. You can see it's dull at one end. It's great for pushing the stuff. Once you get it rolled around in your hands and squished, it does get kind of like when you're working with dough and it has that floury, powdery coating kind of feel. That's what this feels like. And I'm just going to jam the head on. He's looking like a cat. I made the mistake of trying to squish it on a little bit, so it did kind of squish it down. So when I tried to fix it, it gained some more creases, but that's okay. It's part of the charm. All right, now we got to make all the parts and pieces, his nose, and you just add a little bit of the red to a bunch of the white and you squish it together and you make pink, right? One thing I did make a mistake of, and now I'm going to show you, is I made the nose and the eyes too big. So definitely go smaller than what you think it's should be. Yeah, I'm trying to sculpt this funky clay like I do regular clay, and it just doesn't quite work. It's too sticky, stringy, something's not right. But the blue, they wanted you to kind of add a little bit of white to make it a lighter blue. I just left it the regular blue. And again, I made the eyes way too big. This is where I'm trying to fix it, and once it's stuck together, that clay does not let go. So now I'm looking like Mr. Bill. Oh no! So this is where it's like, this looks horrible. We're taking that off. It doesn't come off very easily, but you can kind of cut it off. We'll fix it. Oh well. And this is what I mean. Once you manipulate this clay, it is really hard to resculpt. It's not very forgiving at all, but we'll make it work. All right. Let's try this again. So we're going to use that pink, and we're going to, now that we know this stuff sticks really well, we're going to stick it in the ear, and we're going to make the little pink inside the ear. Alright, do-over. Let's get this face right. So, what did we learn? Don't make the eyes so big. See, mistakes just teach us little lessons, that's all. Much better. And then once we stick it on, you don't touch it. As much as you want to. And while I like the big nose, kinda, let's make a much smaller one. Much better. Don't touch it too much. Every crease of your nail is gonna stick in there. Oh well. All right, he's looking pretty good. He kind of looks like he got into mommy's makeup, but we'll fix it. Before we get to doing a little cleanup work on that, we got to put this clay away because I'm not sure if it's like any other clay. It's going to harden and you'll never be able to use it again. And I do need to use some of this later on in the project. So I just got me a cute little baggie. And let's throw it in airtight container. And then we'll save that for later. Worst case, I guess, if this dried up, you can get, you know, cheapy little clays anywhere. Even the Crayola clays aren't bad. And you can get those at in the stationery area of any of the stores like Target and things like that. So let's clean this little kitty up. I got some paints. We'll mix a color that's reasonable and we'll just cover the whole thing. You do not need to do this step, but I feel like he's got a little bit of a messy face, so let's clean him. I also wanted to add a few stripes, so with the darker yellow, I'm just gonna add a few little dark yellow stripes because we want a little baby Marsh. He doesn't have blue eyes, but close enough. And I also, once this was dry, I went with a ink pen and I did a little mouth and some irises on the eyes so he doesn't have a dead stare. Is cute, 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 cute. Not bad. I'd be curious how you guys has turned out. You know, you should send them to me on my Instagram. But I'm sure everybody's is a little different. You can make a little black cat. You can make a little brown cat. You can do all sorts of things. Roll it in fuzzies and make it a fuzzy cat. That'd be fun. But next video, Pinky Promise, like I said, is going to be all the plants. And we will keep building this little loft apartment. Meow. Bye.